This is Alan Bush with ADMIS with the daily financial forecast for Thursday, October 27th. Starting out with the stock index futures, we did see higher prices in the overnight trade. Much of this linked to better than expected corporate earnings. Also, we did have energy prices advancing. However, some of these gains given back now as the durable goods orders report coming in a bit on the weak side, down 0.1% against the guess of unchanged. But then a little support with the pending new home sales report coming in actually slightly better. Longer term, still thinking that the main trend is higher for all of the major stock index futures, and I would not be surprised to see some new highs across the board in the first quarter of next year in all of the indices. Moving over to the currencies, we are just neutral to dollar index. The dollar a little bit higher today, but well off of the 8-month highs that were registered last Tuesday. Also, we are seeing the euro currency trading just a little bit better, as yesterday we had better economic numbers out of the eurozone, so the euro currency bouncing off of 7-month lows, and the pound a little bit lower, even though we did have news that the UK third quarter GDP did come in up 0.5%. That compares to the estimate of up 0.3%. So all of the Brexit fears about the UK economy falling off the cliff so far have not come to pass. This is a very good GDP number. So our feeling is that the UK economy will hold up very well. In fact, possibly better now with the Brexit vote well past us. Of course, that was the June 23rd vote for the UK to leave the European Union. Also seeing the yen just a bit lower in advance of the upcoming Bank of Japan policy meeting, with most analysts expecting the Bank of Japan to keep interest rate policies unchanged and their asset purchase plan also as is. In the Australian dollar and the Canadian dollar, seeing a little pressure in the Australian dollar. Looks like mostly profit taking. I would think this is a good time if you don't have long Australian, short Canadian positions on. I think this is a place to put them on or even add to those positions. Also, we did have reports of industrial company profits in China coming in a bit better than expected. That bodes well for their big trading partner, Australia. So look for the Australian dollar to gain longer term on the Canadian dollar. And in the interest rate futures markets, a very severe down day, almost a 2 full point decline in the bonds, which yesterday underperformed some bullish news. Today are overperforming bearish news, which is in itself a sign of weakness. Also today we do have some new 5-month lows for the bonds, so nothing changing in our views on the credit markets. The long end should remain under most of the pressure, and this is a trend that I think will probably continue all this year and well into next year. So any gains that come along the way in the bonds should be used as selling opportunities. So good trading, everyone. And once again, remember, these are my opinions alone and are not the opinions of ADMIS or Archer Daniels Midland.